Hi. There are 5 things you should be thinking about in the winter regarding your fig trees. It's almost the middle of January. Your in-ground trees are wrapped for the winter. Your potted trees are nestled in their winter sanctuary until they wake up in the spring. So what should you be doing right now for your trees' maintenance? Here are 5 things you should be thinking about. 1. Should I remove any remaining leaves or figs from the trees? At the end of the season, you may still have a few leaves and maybe even some figs hanging onto the tree. Because the tree is dormant and asleep for the winter, it won't try to send any energy to those leaves or figs. The leaves don't have any chance of coming back to life in the spring, and I wouldn't count on those figs either. Even if the tree sends some energy to the remaining fruit in the spring, the energy will just be wasted. Just take them off the tree now and throw them away. Number 2, watering the tree over the winter. Even though your tree is dormant, it's still a living tree, and the roots especially can't be allowed to dry up completely. I give my trees a very light watering every 3 weeks or so. I find that works pretty well for my potted trees. My in-ground trees, they rely on what Mother Nature helps them with. The occasional rain or snow, plus a better developed root system, is generally enough for the in-ground trees to survive. Number 3, temperature for storage. Here again, the root system on the in-ground trees is much better developed and able to get shelter below the surface. Even with snow on the ground, once you get several inches below the surface, the temperature of the ground surrounding the roots will be somewhat warmer than the surface. Even if your tree takes some damage over the winter, the roots will usually be able to send up new growth in the spring. Your potted trees are a different story. Their roots may be more susceptible to the ravages of the cold. It can happen that extended cold weather can cause the roots to freeze and can even kill your tree. In my opinion, the ideal temperature range is from below 50 degrees Fahrenheit to a low of about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Below that, you risk root freeze, and above that, your tree may come out of dormancy too soon. Number 4, can I prune the tree now? For in-ground trees, you may want to wait, and for your potted trees, you may have already pruned them. Some people like to prune for cuttings when the tree goes dormant, and some people like to take their cuttings later in the winter, just before they wake up. One benefit of pruning when the tree goes dormant is that you can prune in such a way that it makes it easier to store the trees. I know one grower that has an in-ground tree and sells quite a few cuttings from that tree. He takes the cuttings over the winter as the orders come in. The tree is dormant, so it's okay to take them. And the cuttings are as fresh as possible. He sells them right off the tree, so to speak. Number 5, should the winter sanctuary be in the dark or should it have some light? Once the leaves are off the tree, there's no photosynthesis going on. And for the winter, you want to keep it that way. Over the winter, you want to keep the trees in relative darkness. As you get closer to the spring, the trees will be ready to come out of their dormant state and wake up. That's when they'll want some light. Not direct sunlight yet, but you can allow some filtered light to come into the winter sanctuary. You'll start to see some buds swelling and maybe even some leaves trying to get started. So those are 5 things that you should be thinking about while your fig trees are dormant over the winter. Of course, there are other things to think about, but if you keep these 5 things top of mind, your trees should make it through the winter just fine. You can also dream about how beautiful those trees are going to look next season and how great those figs are going to taste. Thanks for taking the time to watch today, and please feel free to share your comments below. If you think this video was helpful, please give it a like and a thumbs up, and I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. That's all for now, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.